What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen of Prestige? Welcome back. Hey, D Love, good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome back. All right, do me a favor. Do me a favor. All right, because this 48 hours has felt like, actually, this whole week has felt like 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe. If you're brand new here, please do me a favor, subscribe and share. Okay? Subscribe and share. Welcome back. Welcome back. How are you all doing? It's another weekend. It's a Friday. It's a Friday, right? We've got a bit of things to cover today. Again, do me a favor, hit that like button, grab the link to the video and share it with a few people. All right, let's have this conversation as usual. Let's keep our gas. Let's keep our foot on the gas and let's get going. Right? I've got a few things to cover today. Today we're talking about Kanye West. It's not what you think, as usual. It's not what you think. Let me find that thumbnail. It's not what you think, as usual. But I guarantee you it's going to be a conversation. I already pinned, let me just make sure. All right, good. I already got those 7 likes. Thank you so much. I already pinned the co-host link to the top. If you want to come up and have this conversation, you're welcome today. We got time today. Okay? If you want to have the conversation, we got time today. We're talking about Kanye West. Today, let me see, let me pull that thumbnail to the forward. You guys saw the thumbnail, right? This guy is probably going to lose everything. I know you're like, oh, he's a billionaire. How is that possible? How is that even possible? How could he possibly lose everything, right? It will shock you. You know, there's something about money you understand probably today. We'll get into that conversation as well. There's something you need to understand about money. It's not real. It's real, but not really. Okay. So, anyway, without any further ado, let's get started. All right, welcome back. Let me see what you all are talking about. Hello, brother Patrick. How are you, sir? It says, Hola, why are you fluctuating with your airtime? I'm sorry. I thought it was slated for 10 p.m. So all week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we did the 10 p.m. Yesterday, I needed to breathe. And I'm sure you all needed to breathe a little bit too. So I took that break, okay? I think we might have done a rebroadcast around 5 p.m. or so. But then today, since the weight of my work today is a little bit lighter, I decided to come in a little bit earlier since it's Friday, so we can have a little bit of time, right? So that's why, pardon me, we're figuring it out, you know. But yes, it's still going to be, our primary time is still going to be 5 p.m., okay, Eastern Standard Time. But whenever I'm on the road and I have project stuff going on, it may fluctuate a little bit. But pardon me for that. What I may end up doing is maybe I'll consider it, you know, maybe do pre-recorded and then rebroadcast, and then for our permanent time, which is 5 p.m., I may consider doing that. It's just that the we're covering trendy topics here, so sometimes it has to be on time. Like you'll see that this title right now today, this particular title today, was slated for yesterday since like almost 48 hours ago, and a lot has already happened. So now it doesn't feel like I was predicting anymore, right? Like this guy might potentially lose everything from these stupid moves he's making. Thinking is, you know, he's just trying to get. A lot of people are applauding him for attention. We'll talk about that, but again, you know, but sometimes you just have to make sure that I can afford to continue to show up. But thank you, sir, for your support always. Mindrell says, "What's up, Mindrell?" He says, "I'll be there in about 30 minutes." Thank you, thank you. I respect you. All right. So, how's everyone doing, though? How's everyone doing? How was your week? Was it productive? Did you do some damages in the marketplace this week? Right? Did you put a dent out there? Did you put an impact out there? Do you think somebody got served? Value, right? I think so. For me personally, we got some really, really great things we're cooking here at my Empire Pro, and I will be unleashing that very soon. You saw the sponsor video. We'll actually be working on switching that up momentarily here. All right, just to make sure we're bringing value into this marketplace. All right. How are you doing, Queen J? Good to see you. Good to see you. So again, do me a favor. It's Friday evening. Everyone is, you know, a little bit chilled to this evening. Do me a favor. Hit that like button. Share. Okay. You can subscribe with just one click, right? But just grab the link to the video and send it to 3 people. Okay. Send it to 3 people. Let them know we're hanging out here, and we're probably about to talk about this guy. All right. The question is that, is it a clown or not? All right. We're probably going to talk about this guy, but there's a little clown behind his head over there, you know. But we're going to talk about that as well. You know, we have about a couple of things to cover, as a matter of fact. Survive the week. Ready for the 3-day weekend. Is it a 3-day weekend? Is it? Are you in Nigeria or something? Do we have holiday on Monday? Is there a public holiday on Monday? What am I missing here? It's a 2-day weekend for me, as always. Yeah. All right. So let's talk about Ye. Let's talk about Ye. All right. What do we know about Kanye West? Let's talk about Kanye West. Let's talk about that first before we get into anything else. Kanye West is a American rapper and producer, you know, who is arguably, Columbus Day. When they celebrate that one. You celebrate Columbus Day. All right. I guess you guys are not as woke as some people that don't want to celebrate that. But shout out to the legacy of Columbus. Some people don't like his legacy. But anyway, let's keep going. Right. So let's talk about Kanye West. Kanye West is a billionaire, I think. Right. It's a American rapper. Let me show his face while we're talking about him. Right. It's a billionaire, I think. Right. Again, that's just numbers based off of the value of its brand and its product in the marketplace. You know, the empire he's managed to build. Right. He's an American producer. He was first a producer slash aspiring rapper who became one of the most popular rapper ever, producing from day one, I guess. Not exactly day one, but for one of the biggest rapper ever, and that's Jay-Z, right? Became respected as a rapper, as a lyricist eventually. But then also became a fashion designer, right? A fashion guru of some sort, right? But he has a hot product out there through Adidas called the Yeezys, right? The Yeezys footwear, right? So he's a billionaire. In more recent years, in 2014 or so, got married to one of the biggest superstars in terms of, you know, just being a socialite, and a TV reality star. That's Kim Kardashian. Had like 4 babies, but in recent times, now more so in recent times, it's been going crazy on social media. The wife filed for divorce. Okay, Kim Kardashian said, "Mioshimo, that can happen in real life." Just in case you didn't know, right? She asked for divorce. She started dating some young boy. Kanye went mad crazy. He was hurt. He was madly hurt. Okay. So as a matter of fact, a lot has been going on with this guy. Okay. And it doesn't seem like he's stable. Sometimes it's like he's stable. Some diehard fans will be like, oh yeah, he knows what he's doing, right? He's just getting attention, right? And but we also know that he has been diagnosed with bipolar disorder, right? But we also know that he's well known. I think it was in 2000 and what 2004. One of the things he became popular for was telling George Bush that he doesn't care. I think it was 2005 during the Hurricane Katrina saga. That George Bush doesn't care about black people. All right. Now, one of the funny things you find out about this guy is that he has a tendency to speak, quote unquote, what he considers the truth when it's convenient. So, for example, in 2005, like I said, he came out on TV because it was, I guess, he empathized with the people of New Orleans with the whole Hurricane Katrina thing. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Hopefully, I remember that properly, okay? Because I didn't really dig up the facts of that, but I think it was 2005 during the George Bush era. And then he went on TV and said George Bush doesn't care about black people. Okay. Now today, he's this is what he has out there right now. Today, he's selling T-shirts called with a label that says "White Lives Matter." Why does this matter? Why does this matter? Let me give you a quick backstory. Okay. All right. So this is relevant to all of us, by the way. This is relevant to all of us, regardless if you live in Nigeria or you live in America, in London. There's a movement called the Black Lives Matter. It's a movement that was designed to basically. It's a movement that was designed to make noise about the unfair treatment of black people in America. All right, that's what it was designed for. It's a statement that's more so an hyperbole of some sort. It's implied. It doesn't mean exactly literally, like many other slogans you'll find out there. It doesn't mean exactly those words, but it's implied to mean so many, like a bigger. It's implied to mean so many things, right? But primarily, the idea is that Black lives matter too, right? It doesn't mean other lives don't matter. It was designed to mean Black lives matter. That you have to had implied. It starts with put the word TOO at the end of it. Black lives matter too. That means if you treat other people a certain way, make sure you're treating black people just as with the same level of respect, right? Like with the same, like act like their life matters, has at least the same value as other types of people of other races, right? That's the whole point of Black Lives Matter. Okay, So it's not designed to tell white people that their lives don't matter, right? But of course, we're finding out that there's more and more lame people in the world. If you say Black Lives Matter, they say White Lives Matter too. But the point was that Black Lives Matter too. That means all of their lives, it seems like everything else matter but black, right? But we kind of have to spell that out for a lot of lame people these days. Same reason, the same way we have to spell out happy wife, happy life for some people. It's implied. It doesn't mean literally. If you thought that was literally, you were the sucker, right? If you overreacted, like happy wife, happy lives mean exactly literally like that, you were the sucker. You were the one that was in the dark, that's still in the darkness, by the way, by the very idea that you're arguing actively and overreacting to that statement, which is true, by the way. Okay. Happy wives, happy life, right? You can say, hey, it's not the time to happy husband too, happy life. That means you were dumb enough not to realize that that was implied. It was a hyperbole in the first place. And I say that with all due respect. Okay, maybe I can have better choices of words. Okay, so pardon me. Okay, I'm just kind of shooting right now. Okay, so Black Lives Matter to like treat them that So then there was a whole movement, and then this organization behind that phrase, Black Lives Matter. In the past few months or so, the organizer were found to be fraudsters. Basically, they commingle money together. Some of the money that was donated or that came in through the Black Lives Matter movement has been used to purchase multi-million-dollar homes in certain parts of this country. So now they were found out to be scam artists because if you take money from Black Lives Matter movement and you're gonna buy a house, you're a scam artist. It's as simple as that. There's no need to sugarcoat that. Right? But some people are now overreacting to that and now trying to use that to discount the meaning of the slogan in the first place, right? The slogan is the slogan. It meant what it meant. You can't really discount. You can try, but you can't, okay? And one of those people, instead of him to just make a statement, like he did during the George Bush era, right? By saying, George Bush don't care about black people. Instead of making a statement, he decided he wanted to do a business with it, with this whole idea. Hopefully I'm bringing you up to speed small, right? So he decided to do this, to do a t-shirt during the fashion show in Paris with prints on it called Why Lives Matter. With this young lady, what's her name again? Candace Owen, right? So they decided to put this out there. All right? So that's why we're here. Now, I am predicting that Kanye is that kind of guy that he's going to lose everything. Money is nothing. Money is good in the present. It's valuable in the present. If you don't believe me, check out the news every now and then. They will say Dangote just lost $3 billion. Oh, Bill Gates just gained another 20 billion. It's just numbers, okay? They're valuing the marketplace and the numbers are fluctuating. Now, this means real wealth for them. Don't get me wrong. Don't take me out of context. What I'm saying is that if you're extra stupid, you can still lose everything. That's the point I am making. Do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, make sure you're sharing, okay? Today we're talking about Kanye West, intentional clowns and pygmies. All right? Oh, by the way, we're going to talk about 50 Cent and his son as well. Okay? Now, 50 Cent is a lot more smarter than Kanye West. Wiser, to be precise. Okay, and I'm just going by how they move. Some people may claim, hey, 50 Cent is not yet a billionaire. Kanye West is a billionaire. Like I always said, I'm patient. Just wait for it. Okay, some things are just that predictable, right? So that's how we got here. Let me see what you all are talking about, and then let's see if we can have this conversation. Got a few videos. Okay. Hey, diffuser. Good to see you. I am surprised it lasts that long because Kanye is not quite there. New member, I'm surprised it lasted that long because Kanye is not yet there. What do you mean? Didn't get that. Oh, I guess also embarrassed an upcoming artist Taylor Swift years ago. That's true. That's true. So he went on stage. So it's just I'm an activist. I'm gonna be loud because I need to speak the truth type of guy. We know them, not them, right? Somehow they always think they're the one that has they monopolized the word truth, right? I'm speaking the truth, so I'm gonna speak louder and let me be stupid on how I speak. No one can shut me down anyway. I know they're trying to shut me down, but they can't shut me down. No, they will shut you down. We've seen a few examples, right? If you don't know how to talk, you will get silenced. Rightfully so. Because you don't live in a cave, you live in a society of human beings that's always evolving. Kind of like sort of in a circle, but in a cycle, but always evolving. And if you're not paying attention to that, you will lose your shit, right? So he went on stage. Let me I think what I remember is that he went on stage because he felt like Beyonce, who is no longer friends like that with them anymore. He's no longer friends with Jay-Z and Beyonce like that. Because he's burning every bridge. And that's one of the points we're going to make. When you find that you're the one that tend to burn every bridge, right? It's about you. It's you. You block everyone. You're a blocker. I block everyone. There's nothing wrong with blocking nuisance, by the way. But if you find that you tend to block people a lot on social media, it's probably a you problem. Just letting you know, okay? You tend to burn bridges because of how you feel in a moment. It's a you problem. Anyway, he went on stage. I think he might have even taken the award from the young lady, Taylor Swift, back then. She was the American sweetheart. She won an award that was in the same category with Beyonce. He felt like it should have been Beyonce. And what did he do? He just went on stage, like completely like about to harass the girl, like some Will Smith type of shit. Right? And said, I'm sorry, right? I'm sorry, but Beyonce should have won, something like that. But completely embarrassing the chick. Anyway. And then during one of those years, right? We also saw this. For those of you in America, you probably saw this on the Sway show, Sway radio show.
Need them and do it yourself. How, Sway?
So that's a video clip. You saw me play that a few times here, right?
Need them and do it yourself. How, Sway?
Right. So he's Kanye West. He definitely gets attention, okay, and people talk about him. But again, you know what the scripture says about pride? How pride? What's the? Somebody help me post that Bible scripture in the chat. What did the scripture says about pride? How pride goes before the fall, right? It's 100% true. Pride is 100% destructive. 100, like, you know me, I don't like to make absolutes, right? I don't like to make absolutes. I always leave room for most of the time some. I don't like make absolutes, but pride is 100% destructive. Okay. So yeah, that was that. And then he went on this show. They were just having a conversation about fashion. That was when he was really very, very hot. When they were first coming out with his Yeezys and all the fashion stuff. He was a genius in the fashion world. A lot of people still believe he's a genius. Not to me. Maybe I'm not the fashion guy, right? But I don't really see what they see. It's okay. It's a creative. I don't have to see what they see, right? But the point is that he's well respected when it comes to being an artist, even in the fashion world. To the extent that I even saw that about 68% of all online sales of Adidas is actually Yeezys. I saw that earlier today. So it's interesting, right? Again, we're talking about Kanye. We're talking about Kanye West. We're talking about Ye. Right? So we'll get into it. The bottom line is that this guy has made a massive impact on this world. Nonetheless, pride is not your mate. You will destroy yourself. That's just how life works. Nobody can monopolize the principles that this world works on. Like you can't say my rule is gonna be different. No, unless you go live in a cave. You can't be part of the society if you're going to say, I just do me. No. That's not how that works. You live in a context and there are principles that create equilibrium in that context. And it must be respected one way or the other. You can choose to respect and learn how to navigate it, or you can just get crushed or drown trying to swim against the trend. Okay. Let's see here. What am I missing? Sorry about that. That was so stupid. He and that idiotic girl, Candace, that has lost her identity. Candace is another chick. She claims to be conservative, but I think we can add a little bit of stupid to her too. If you keep pretending that the world is evolving, it's Iyaluma one day. You will suffer last. It's just what it is, Because again, you're swimming against the trend. And I'm not saying you must conform to everything. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you must use wisdom if you choose not to conform to some basic, simple stuff, right? You look stupid with that t-shirt on you. It's really that simple. You got attention. But you know what Yoruba people say? Let me tell you what Yoruba people say. That means it is sweet. It is highly entertaining to watch lunatics. But the last thing you want to have is have them as children. Don't get it twisted. Because you're getting attention doesn't mean you're a genius. To an extent. In fact, to a large extent. But only there's limitations to that. There's a point you get to where you're just being a lunatic. And by the way, we will be entertained watching your dumb ass. Just letting you know. That's just the principles of how these things work. Okay? Hey, Chinye. How are you, Chinye? Still on commute on my way out, Pele. God will bless you. So you can basically work remotely from home when you choose to. Like on the days we're going to go live, right? Well, good to see you, Chinye. Not them. Oh, you were trying to delete that comment. Oh, yeah, I see the back end, so it's too late to delete it from my end. Sorry about that. I would note that for future. Right. So he really does think that he's a genius and he can see what other people don't see. But not them. That's how they go cuckoo, small. That's how it starts. When you start to see things, listen, to a large extent, listen, I'm a creative myself. I'm a content creator. I'm a business owner. There's a lot of things I see that regular people don't see. But there's a point you get to where it's just, bro, you're hearing stuff. You might want to talk to a doctor. Right? You're not that much of a genius. You're probably just... And I'm going to give you some examples. There was an exchange between him and Didi today. If he doesn't change his ways quickly, he's going to lose everything. Everything. Money is a byproduct. It's just energy. It flows to where people take care of it. Okay, when I say take care of it, you don't worship it. It just means you respect it, because we all need money, right? And some of the things that money follow, we know that money follows attention, right? We know that, right? But attention of what? Attention from who? Attention to who? To people, right? Oh, so attention, we're talking about attention of people, right? So when people start to feel unsafe, all the authorities and the corporate structure that governs, that controls what people consume, when they start to feel unsafe about how you move, guess what they're going to do? They will completely destroy you. They don't mind destroying you. Because why? Because if they don't destroy you, you will destroy everything for them now. You get the gist? Say yes. Yes, you got the gist. Yes. You know? So, But you know, geniuses, all these genius, they don't get it. Like, I'm a genius. I see what I see. You don't see, and you're just suffering. You're suffering, and I want you to stop suffering. But people are like, no, I know that I'm not suffering. I'm okay. But you're like, no, I'm just going to tell you the truth anyway. But then in that same breath, you want to be selling T-shirts. Make it make sense. It's not making sense, Kanye. It's not. Do you want to sell T-shirts, or you want to? Which one? Right. So let's take a look. I want to take a look at some of the posts that came out today. Okay. Funny enough, the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 posts here that I've saved on Instagram is from the content that Kanye is creating for us. Let's get to it. I'm going to share my screen real quickly so we can see some of this. Awesome. Let's take a look at this. All right, so this was, let me see if I can. All right, so first of all, we had this from a few days ago. Now the siblings of his estranged wife, they're not begging him. She's begging him to stop. Okay, here's a quote from Khloe Kardashian, who is a sister to Kim Kardashian. She says, "Yeah, I love you. I don't want to do this on social media, but you keep bringing it here." All right. So there's nobody that gets to that level that the Kardashian family, where they are, without having some kind of control. Control, that means sometimes you want to say something and you just can't, because when you say it, you can potentially destroy or make bigger damages than whatever you're trying to fix, right? So before she comes and make this statement, that means they've tried and it's not working privately, right? Or they're getting frustrated. If you have enough people around you that don't have any self-control, it's contagious. Eventually, they're gonna make you get caught up in your own feelings, and then before you know it, you feel the need to say something, right? Or act out of character, right? That's why you may get shut down by Adidas, right? But let's keep going. She says, "You are the father of my nieces and nephews, and I'm trying to be respectful, but please stop tearing Kimberly down and using our family." Shout out to Instablog Nigeria. Using our family when you want to deflect. Again, with the birthday narrative. Enough already. We all know the truth, and in my opinion, everyone's tired of it. Okay, so this is the problem. Remember what I told you? No one can monopolize the truth. You can say, "I'm speaking the truth all day long." It's bullshit. Okay, the only truth is reality and results. That's it. Okay, not what I say either. Okay, that's the extent you're going to know about the truth. The result you've created up to this moment, and just reality. Even when you're in denial, you can deny reality. You can pretend that reality is not there, but you can't avoid the consequences of avoiding reality, right? There are consequences. You can make that choice. Decide that my reality is the only thing and there's no real. Okay, you can do that. Sure, knock yourself out. After all, it's the woke era, and you can call yourself whatever you want to call yourself. You can say I relate with something, and whatever. You have the freedom to do that, but there's consequences. Always remember that of avoiding reality. Again, with the personality, enough it is not. We all know the truth, and in my opinion, everyone is tired of it. You know exactly where your children are at all times, and you wanted separate birthdays. Now she's doing shalaye. It's not necessary. When somebody's already started to act like that, there's no need for shalaye or mansplaining. It doesn't work because they've made up their mind to be stupid, right? So if you're going to do anything, it has to. They're not going to change unless it's attached to some form of pain or pleasure. I say that all the time, right? It's either they're gravitating away from pain or towards pleasure or some form of relief. I have seen all the texts to prove it. And when you change your mind and wanted to attend, you came. He claims that somebody else shared the address with him, right? Like you have pointed out yourself, she is the one taking care of your kids 80% of the time. Please leave her and the family out of it so that kids can be raised peacefully. I come from a place of love and I'm happy to continue this conversation privately if you wish. Okay, let's see this comment right here. So this person says Kanye using kidnap in this scenario is wild though. Okay, so Kanye, as a manipulator that he's become, right? This is what happens. Anyone can become a manipulator when they refuse to work on themselves. They'll be busy trying to point finger at everything but self, right? Essentially manipulating everybody to believe in their bullshit, right? Kidnap in this scenario is wild though. My goat, now weary. So see, this person still respecting me as the greater of all time, but now weary, big time. Of course, right? We never solve Nigeria problems finish. So this one no concern me. This life lesson concern all of us. The point here is work on yourself. If you've gone through traumatic experiences, even if it's your fault, even if you feel like it's somebody else's fault, no one is going to be responsible for working on yourself. You need clarity. You need to heal. If you don't heal, you will hurt everything in your path. Everything, including the wealth, the empire you've built, you will destroy with your own hands. But if you don't work on yourself after you've gone through traumatic experiences, even when it's not your fault, in fact, for the most part, when it's romantic-driven issues, fault is not relevant. It's just not. The fact that you subscribe into a romantic relationship with that person makes you at least 50% at fault by default. Does that sound like victim shaming? I am not a therapist, okay? You can be a victim, but there's another thing where you continue to play the victim. That's another ball game, okay? And then also, you can actually have a condition you've been diagnosed with. Like, for example, where he's been diagnosed, it's already been, it's a public known knowledge that he's diagnosed with bipolar, but you also know that you're supposed to take your medicine. You have people around you. Are there a bunch of yes mans around you? Are you holding yourself accountable? Do you have people around you that can hold you accountable? Or you need to be free because you're an quote unquote artist? You would destroy yourself. And by the way, it's not a crime. It's just the reality. Kanye, you're too emotional and sensitive, and it really shows how much you want Kim back. Exactly. But even worse, because this is a Mr. Nice Guy, he actually believes he's a good guy. Mr. Nice Guys always believe they're a good guy. They're actually the worst type of human beings. Because in their mind, very deep down, it's all transactional. And when it's not transactional, as they expect, they set these expectations off of their own belief system. When it's not like that, they are ready to destroy everything and hurt anyone. And that's why you have t-shirts like White Lives Matter. Okay? Anyway, but we all know the Kardashian family has been cursed. Shekwe. Kanye better unleash and let them do their things their way. Oh, is this the curse that's affecting Kanye? We don't know. I don't know. All I know is that it doesn't look good, right? But for real, it's so hard to let go of the people you love. It is hard. Especially for a quote-unquote billionaire who would not listen to anybody, who has always had his way because it was right for a long time. And he's probably just right now obsessed with the idea of being right. He has the need to be right. And the fact that he's not right as much as he used to be is painful for him.
You're right.
All right, so that's that. Really quickly, let me go to the next slide here. So Kanye, in his way of doing things, he's always been this way before he was diagnosed. Maybe he's always had a condition. Some people say it's because of Donda, right? That's the name of the mother, right? I think I know they do here. Some people say it's because of the mother, like he misses his mother so much, right? I'm sorry to hear that. That's not going to change the fact that there's consequences for your actions, especially as a man, right? He goes, you're lying. He's talking to Chloe, you're lying and are liars. Okay, it's typing in all cap. Okay, does that look familiar to you? It's typing in all caps. Does that look familiar to you?
Need them and do it yourself.
How, Sway?
Right? He's yelling, and there's no one in front of him, right? Y'all basically kidnapped Chicago. That's the name of the one of the children on her birthday, so she could remember her father not being there. This may be you, right? You always have a narrative of how your ex-wife is always out to get you, or your ex-husband is always out to get you. The only way you're able to process everything, the events that are happening, is they're just out to get you. Not just because they're being human, they're being selfish naturally because they don't really care for you anymore, but they're out to get you. They want to hurt you. When you think of it that way, that means you're feeling attacked. Naturally, what do you think you're going to do? Just naturally, what do you think your natural reaction will be? You would need to defend yourself. What is defend going to look like on the other side? The person raising your kids. It's going to look offensive, right? So you have an active battle, a war, and your children are in the middle of all that stuff. So nothing good is going to come out of it, not for your children. Maybe you're feeling good, you got your way, I'm just speaking the truth. Wherever you're speaking, right, you get to do all of that stuff, right? But you're hurting yourself. You're self-destructing. Okay? Black fathers, of course, something that's happening to you personally, you must blanket it into community so you can feel good about yourself. We gotta protect black fathers. Of course we gotta. See, that's some truth to that. So, but again, you're actively manipulating yourself to believe something that's actually not the truth. The real issue is that you're going through a personal problem and you refuse to work on yourself so you can understand and heal and create better results for yourself, because there's a whole life ahead of yourself. You refuse to do all that work. It feels better in the moment, short term only. Okay, it's going to get really bad for you long term. Short term, it feels good to tell yourself this is a black father's issue and not a Kanye West issue. Talking to you, not Kanye West. Talking to you that you're watching this video. If you find yourself either, they say, oh, women, they suffer. If that's your language, you're probably, not 100%, you're probably hurting yourself in the long term, mid to long term. In the short term, it feels good to say that. I understand it because it numbs your pain small. Just a little bit, make you feel a little bit better, right? Black fathers, y'all also threw a party before Sam's birthday. So there's no periods, there's no commas. I'm going to help him had a period after black father. So he says, that's how y'all play with black fathers, right? Y'all also threw a party before Sam's birthday when I was flying back from Japan to be there for his birthday, and the first I heard about it was seeing pics of the party online. Also, I should see my children 100% of the time, but since there's a separation, it should have been 50% of the time. Y'all wouldn't have played with Donda like that in Jesus' name. It's getting bad for Kanye. He might end up losing everything. So what happened between him and Diddy, right? What happened between him and Diddy? So Diddy was interviewed on a popular radio show here in the United States called The Breakfast Club, and he had a little bit and to me what he said wasn't too bad. He was actually trying to be politically correct, but of course people like Kanye, they read condescension in everything. They are condescension detectors. Okay, write that down. Condescension detectors. Everything is condescending to them. Why? Because their radars is always up. They always think something is out to get them, to offend them. No, you're not just about having your opinion, you're going about your life. No, it must be about them. Once they can relate with something you said that seems a little offensive to them, you're talking about them. So how much more when they ask Didi Love a direct question? How much more, right? He actually tried to be polite, to be politically correct, but it wasn't good enough for Kanye, of course. So he wanted to fire back at Didi. So what did he do? The private conversation between them, he put it out there. If you put out private conversations between you and people, do you think people want to do business with you? People are not going to want to do business with you. Right? People are not going to want to do business with you if you tend to put out private matters between you and them. What if it's you? You won't want to do business with a person that you can't even have a conversation before you know it. They hear the stuff somewhere else, right? Anyway, genius equals to cool. Low key. Low key. He went off the tinkers when his mom died. He needs to seek help. I think that's a big part of it. He never really got the help he needed. Again, any kind of traumatic experience, you want to make sure you seek healings. If you numb that stuff, it can haunt you. Yeah, it can haunt you for life. So he put out a screenshot of the text between him and Didi. Okay. He goes, I don't like our convo. I'm selling these tees. Your t-shirts. Nobody gets in between me and my money. You know what they say about the love of money, right? Oh, are you one of those people that say, oh, they don't mean money, they mean love of money? It's almost damn near the same thing though. Bottom line is that obsession will destroy you. Not just of money, of anything, of yourself can destroy you. Humility and gratitude 100% is the only way to make the most out of this temporary experience we're having, the human experience. It's temporary now. I have to tell you that, right? Okay, he goes, nobody gets in between me and my money. This is my grandfather texting you now. Cool. What does it? Does anybody know what he means by that? I'm not sure what he means by that. What? Anyway, maybe his grandfather said something to him. He's remembering a lesson from his grandfather. Whatever it is, doesn't look good. Never call me with no bullshit like that again, unless you're ready to green light me. Green light meaning, agree to it. So you're looking around you're only looking to do, to do any form of relationship with people that will agree with you. Once they disagree with you, you lose your shit. Right? Because anybody who got on that tee is me. Okay. You have Candace Owens, so I haven't seen anyone else wearing it. Maybe somebody else. I'm sure somebody is wearing it out there. I'm sure somebody's agreeing to it. I'm sure a few lame people are agreeing to that t-shirt out there. They'll find a good reason. They may say, oh yeah, he's just trying to get attention. Oh yeah, we need to stop being victims. Like, come on, that's a stretch at best. Boss, out of respect for everything you've meant to me, I'll be quiet as vigil. See, it's not quiet, but it's gonna be quiet. It's so quiet, he took the screenshot and put it out there. But now I know how I've hurt people I love with threats. Come do something illegal to me now, please. So now he's calling people. It's going wild. It's going crazy, right? Then Didi replies. It looks like Puff. That's his name on here, right? Replies and say, as soon as I land, we'll meet face to face. Send me an address. What did he say? He said, nigga, fuck you. You fed. This is gonna be bad. Rico Love, I think, is a producer, if I remember well. He says he's unwell. He's having a manic episode, and we're using it as entertainment. No, no one is using it. Again, Yoruba proverb says, "Were dun wo." Listen, something is sweet. Oh, it takes an extra level of intentionality to say, "I'm entertained. Let me just avoid this entertainment." It's entertainment. It is what it is, right? What do we know? About 20,000 people have clicked like on this post. They're highly entertained, right? It's sad. We all have family members like this. He's just massively famous, so it's on display for the world. He's not well. He needs help. That is a fact. And somebody said, "Take me out of the group chat, please." All right. That person's a little slow, but anyway, let's keep moving. Then he goes, Puff replied, "Nigga, send me an address. Let's stop playing these internet games. And I don't feel threatened. You'll be fine. Just love." Oh, I just read that part. Okay, so I guess that's what he's probably afraid for real. He's probably afraid for his life. That's a real thing, you know? See, as you can see, money cannot buy you peace of mind too. Money cannot buy you peace of mind. No doubt. To be honest with you, it's sad to watch. But he's so popular, and I've seen enough people act like this guy, like I've seen enough people try to make unnecessary stupid sense out of this old display of craziness. And I just have to say something about it, like, because I want you to be clear that money cannot buy you happiness. Money cannot buy you peace of mind. In fact, the more money you have, the worse it gets for you if you find yourself going through this kind of traumatic experience. Because your frame of reference, remember that? Your frame of reference is the fact that you've always been so right, you've done these great things. I've had personal experiences where I've done really, really great things, and when I'm wrong, I had a difficult time facing the reality that this time I'm wrong. And it's okay to be wrong. And it's okay to seek healing and coaching and help. I've had that personal experience personally. So I'm speaking from experience. When you are, quote unquote, a Kanye West, it gets worse. It could be as simple as you're the firstborn of your family. It becomes a little bit harder to be able to accept that you're wrong. Or you're the man of the family, and you got called out on your bullshit by way of the result you're creating. Not that you're right. Bottom line is that no one's happy in your household. That's the bottom line. That's the truth, right? But you have a hard time facing that, so you start creating these unnecessary stories for yourself to make yourself feel better. Oh, it's just all of these people just don't want to listen. No. If they can't listen to you, if it has to be someone's fault and you are the leader of that context, it's your fault. I would argue that fault is not relevant. Look at the result you're creating and learn how to change it. But again, you like to use the word fault so much, then it has to be your fault. Then it has to be your fault. If you're so obsessed with it must be somebody's fault, it has to be the fault of self. When it comes to emotional matters, who do you want to blame? It's emotional. Nobody touched you, nobody slapped you. If somebody slapped you, you're right, it's their fault. Call the police. But we're talking about a need to be right, like, oh, you're right, you're wrong, ideologies, but it's against our morals, our standards. Bottom line is you're creating terrible results. You don't have to be a man. If you're the one complaining, you have leverage. If you're a woman and you're the one complaining about the situation, you have leverage to change the situation. Because if you have enough energy to complain, you have enough energy to say, all right, let me take a deep breath. Maybe I'm not hearing something clearly. Maybe I can pay a little bit up. Maybe I could calm down Tojiba Farabale, Arimu, maybe I can see a little bit of a clarity. Fault is not relevant. I would like a better result. I would like to create a better reality. The only truth that matters, reality and results. Right? So can you imagine how difficult it is for someone like Kanye West? Just imagine that. He's losing it. He's taking it even further to some other rappers and some other fellow artists. Kanye West tells Diddy, fuck you, claps back at Boosie, and shout out to Hollywood Unlocked, and sends a warning to Justin Bieber. Okay, we've seen the Diddy part. This is what Kanye has to say. He put a picture of Boosie up. Listen, if you're about your purpose, you don't have time for this. You don't. Somebody said, oh yeah, he hired somebody to be doing this. He's just trolling. Nice try. It's not trolling. This is real. Was the divorce trolling too? And the children? No. This is real. Nice try. I see all the excuses out there. Just because she wants to justify some bullshit about White Lives Matter. I see it. It's bullshit. He needs help. Okay? Don't speak on me, Lil Boosie. Speak to me. Yeah, little nerd. So that's him. He's referencing himself. Little nerd ass me. Come smack me or come, by me in the I'm the one that got bullied by the entire black celebrity community. Now I'm back to in this space. Actually, he talked about, I don't want to say the word here. You born school. You born to the school. Okay? Guns, school. Like the worst nightmare for any parent. We know that those news happen sometimes and we're scared our children are in school. And now we have this man out here on the street saying these things directly to the world and traumatizing people. Now, let me see something real quick. Let me see his page. Let's see what he's saying on his page on recent times. I'm not even sure if I follow him. I probably do. I don't follow him. That's weird. Oh, look at him. Look. He's going wild. Oh my God. Taking screenshots and posting. That's the mother. This is 2 days ago. So this is getting obvious. Okay? This guy is going through a lot. And I think he misses his mother. And he needs help. White Lives Matter. I thought that was so funny. What did you like about it? Some dad 2022 said that a black man was declaring that the obvious. Okay. So he's trying to imply it too. Granted, even Candace Owens said, oh, it's implied. But how many people are you sending this to that you're trying to trigger? You're trying to trigger 18 million people. The same way you were posting about your children and your ex-wife to all 18 million of these monitoring spirits. What good do you think is going to come out of it when you go on social media and post issues between you and your wife or between you and your husband? You think any good can come out of that? All those people that are quote unquote getting entertained or hitting like on this post. On this post, 1 million people have hit like on this, right? All those people, you think they really care? Not really. Do you think this attention can destroy you? Yes. Attention is a good thing in business, only to a certain extent. That's the part that people miss. Attention. No, only to a certain extent. You can anything that's too much can hurt you. All right. Finally, I don't know what that is. Finally, I thank you. Even people who knew him for a percentage of the time knew Kanye did not treat V like a friend. I don't know what that is. I'm not finna go run over by Hollywood again. Gigi, you're a privileged Karen. You were born Oh wait, I'm not finna get run over by Hollywood again, Gigi. You are a privileged Karen. You were born with a silver spoon in your mouth. You're a zombie. You speak up here, but didn't speak up when my child was kidnapped on her birthday. Is that a white woman who said that? I don't know. Some Gigi was basically kneecap licking and she got called out. Oops. Anyway, let's keep going. So this was the post between him and PDD. Now, he posted this and then said, God is love, my brother. Misspoke to me. My brother misspoke to me, but I still love him. But you posted the whole screenshot to the world, right? This is why I'm the leader. I just made both of these guys my security. Because anything happened to me, y'all the top suspects. I'm going to be selling White Lives Matter teas later today. All right, so Jesus is king. Jesus is Jew. Right? So remember this, I was reading this. He said, nigga send me an address. Let's stop playing. Okay, he goes, this ain't a game. I'm going to use you as an example to show the Jewish people that told you to call me that no one can threaten or influence me. I told you this was war. Now, go on, get you some business. I'm just trying to talk to you as a black man, and I'm talking to you. This is Puff talking to KANYE West. And I'm talking to you because this is hurting our people. Stop. And he goes, anything you text, I will post. I love you. Nari Wiri. I love you, and you guys are breaking my heart. I accept your apology in advance. Wiri. I'm gonna make it so niggas won't feel like talking to me no more. Alright. Life is about people. Life is about your relationship with people. One of the quotes that Candace Owens said that she got from, because she recorded this whole video trying to justify the White Lives Matter t-shirt bullshit. The video was lame at best. Right? One of the things she said, Kanye said, is that I perform for an audience of one, and that's God. Alright, so here's how I feel about that. This is what I feel about that.
Stop the cap.
You perform for an audience of one, and that's God? Nah, damn. I know you. You only care about, you love God so much, you only care about satisfying God.
Stop the cap.
You're a liar. You're a liar. If you don't care about people, you think you can care about God? You don't even care about people that you can see. That's big cap now. That's big cap. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Queen J says, money indeed cannot buy you peace of mind and love. Facts. Really sad. Hey, Lady Navoa, how are you? How are you today? Happy weekend. Does he even know he needs help? Now, that's the point. I think he knows because he said it before. But the point is that you're not capable of just finding yourself help. That's why you don't want to surround yourself with yes men. You want to make sure you have people around you that can hold you accountable, no matter how big you get. Even the kings, they have people around them. Did you know that Donald Trump was going to drive himself to the Capitol building during the insurgents? Did you know that it was the Secret Service, according to the news, allegedly, that stopped him? Like, no, sir, you can't do that. Because you know why? Because the intelligence at that level has to be that big. People can destroy themselves when you get too big and there's no one that can hold you accountable. It's not a good thing. It's not a matter of man or woman. It's for any human being. You want to put yourself in a position where you can be held accountable. Right? Oh, my heart genuinely breaks for him. He's hurting and having him. Yeah, that's what it is. And even Ray J was having a breakdown too. This guy's it's too much money. It can destroy you. It's not about the money. When you have access to too much options, you can get paralyzed by the idea of too much options. The idea of fasting and praying is you restrict yourself, you train yourself with some self-discipline. The same concept when it comes to too much access to the things that you love, to the things that can give you access to things you're addicted to, right? Abio, take Jesus out of it. Jesus is king, we know. Seek help. Jesus is love, we know. Seek help. You're performing for an audience of one, yeah, whatever. You still the money is coming from people. Seek help. You're deflecting at best. You know? Always, yes, Chinye, have people around you that you can consider mentors. They could be younger than you. They don't have to be people you pay money to. But you know that they will tell you the truth. You've given them the permission to tell you the truth when you're full of yourself. Right? When you're capping big time, you've told them you have the permission to tell me I'm full of shit when I'm saying gibberish. It's good for you because you're just human like the rest of us, right? So when no one wants to talk to you no more, is he not going to lose everything? You're going to lose everything. He's probably going to come back and say, yeah, he's going to come back and say, oh yeah, I don't care. You don't care? Yes, you do. At least you care about attention. Unhealthy attention. Find God. Oh, at least you care about God. You care about the sense of safety you think the calling the name of God and Jesus is giving you. We know you care about that part. All we have to do to manipulate you is start speaking in God and Jesus language, and then you fall yakata. We can find your ass all over the place because we're speaking your language. It's always deeper. And some of us can see through the bullshit. I appreciate you so much. All good, bro. I think a beautiful move will be to take some of the proceeds from the White Lives Matter shirts and give in a meaningful way to our people, unlike the Black Lives Matter did. It's bullshit. It's still bullshit. How your message is being received socially matters. Don't be stupid. It's about people at the end of the day. Again, you will self-destruct yourself in the name of, I just want to tell the truth. I don't want to be a panderer. Let me just tell you. You're full of shit. You're lying to yourself. Did I tell you you're full of shit yet? If this is you. Stop the cap. You're going to give them money so that you can have one up. It's a competition now. It's a competition. White lives matter. Black lives matter. Again, this kind of thing shows in our regular daily lives at one level or the other. Pay attention to when you start to play this competition game. I can beat you at holier than thou. I can beat you at my righteousness. Like, listen, pride is 100 destructive, even if you do it in the name of Jesus. I'm not kidding you. Okay? Pride is 100% destructive, even if you do it in the name of God. I'm telling you. You don't think God knew what he was doing when the scripture was inspired? Judgment. You'll be judged with the same measure. Right? So he's been attacking his friends, all over social media. We've seen this post, Anyway, so this right here is what I saw more recently that made me say, okay, this guy at this point, he's probably going to lose everything. That's where this topic came from, okay? Because I'm not sure if anyone can stop him. Let me see. Is this the post right here? Okay, this was one of them. Kanye West shocks in White Lives Matter t-shirt during surprise Yeezy fashion show and is joined by Candace Owens. Okay, so this was that news. Let me see if I can find the other one. Let's see. The announcement from Adidas. This is another person that's felt attacked by him and is now speaking out. This is Meek Mill, another popular rapper who had something to say. All right, so Little Boozy replies, talking about you back to shoot the school up, and you got a school is not the right words. Start thinking before you talk. Hashtag start thinking. I'm trying to talk like Little Boozy right now. Start thinking before you talk. I don't know, my accent impression is probably terrible. I don't want no smoke, Kanye West. Just couldn't let you do that to our race. His loved ones really need to get Kanye help. This is Get Out movie in real life. Shake my head. Okay. Oh no, God. I didn't see this one. Jesus Christ. This is terrible. This is wrong. I don't mean to laugh. Oh, God damn. It's getting bad. I don't know if it's funny or not. I'm sorry. It's funny at the same time and sad at the same time. Okay. Damn, Kanye. You just going to keep using your platform to shit on your own race like this? This is sad. The black people who will support you are even sadder. Last time speaking on this, do us a favor and bleach your skin. Okay, so that's why the picture came from. Jesus Christ. These people, man. All right, let's see this one right here. I think that's the same message. There's a message. Anyway, let's find it. Let me find it. This was the news. It's right here. Okay, I guess Demon John. Adidas in tough spot with Kanye. He can make or break them. Okay, so Demon has something to say, I guess, but I don't have to play it. Let me see. Demon John is a guy. Again, if they feel threatened, if their business feels threatened by your quote-unquote, I'm an artist, I'm just going to speak the truth. You're as good as toasted. Aaron Sisun. Asunje issue Sisun. Roasted. DJ chewed, spit it out. Oh, they just don't like the truth. Whatever, man. I just told you the reality. You know, let me see what Demon John had to say. Let me see if I can put that up real quick.
With volatility, and no matter you can't project or operate a business with volatility, and no matter what the case is, I can't get into, because none of us know the contractual obligations that Adidas has or the rights that Kanye has. I got to tell you, when I had a big distribution deal with Fubu, it was pretty simple. Make anything you want, but guess what?
Make anything you want, but guess what? See, every contract has exit, not the exit money. Exit as in like, listen, we're binding for as long as we're making money together. Anything that looks like we potentially may not be able to make money together, toasted, Aaron Sisun, spit it out.
If it's stuck in our warehouse after 90 days, we can sell it for a nickel on the dollar. So make anything you want.
There's conditions.
And, you know, if I didn't like the fact that
the contract has terms. There's no forever, I'm just invisible, I'm just going to act stupid, right? But again, he needs help. So I'm trying to be easy on him a little bit.
Sell it after 90 days, or the fact that nobody wanted to buy it because I decided to put one sleeve on a shirt. Well, that was my problem. We can only listen to what Kanye or Adidas say, but none of us know the truth. But yes, it is a challenge because...
Well, here's the truth that we know. It's looking badly. On social media, the also truth we know is that he's using some rhetoric to destroy his own family. We know that. That's not cap. We just know that. Okay? Oh, is it just because it's Kim and she's just for the street? Nah, you're full of shit. He knew that before he went to marry her.
How can you predict what's going to happen tomorrow? You can have a great deal with him, and he can put out the most amazing product, and tomorrow says, don't buy it because the person over here has this issue or that issue. And unfortunately, I'm not happy about it for Kanye or Adidas, because I really want to say, Kanye, stick with Adidas and grow this brand to be a...
No, they've had this agreement, but he keeps pushing them. Let's look at what this says. Adidas has a huge decision to make about Kanye West. He says the relationship can go boom or bust. Okay, so if the .com can boom and bust, if I think today the American stock market lost about 600 points today. That's a bunch of people's money disappeared into thin air. What makes Kanye think is invisible? That's the question, right? So now Adidas made an announcement, okay, that they are in some kind of review state. Okay, this is it right here. It says his relationship with Kanye is under review. This is bad news. We're talking about millions upon millions upon hundreds of millions of dollars potentially that he's lost just for this announcement. It's bad. It's just bad. Right? It's going to self-destruct. Okay? It's just bad. Only 2 people will buy that damn t-shirt. Stupid idiots. Exactly. Like, it's gonna be one of those undercover type of t-shirt that even the ones that really believe in it, they can't wear it outside. They'll buy it, they can't wear it outside. It's terrible. It's just bad, you know. There's nothing good about this. But anyway, enough about Kanye West. That's my take. I really think he's going to lose everything. I hope not. I hope not. But these patterns, I've seen this before. Sometimes it doesn't show up as a human being, right? Sometimes it's a company. Sometimes it's Radio Shack. Sometimes it's Kmart, right? Sometimes it's a company that disappeared, like overnight, and you're like, "What happened? What? I don't know." Yeah, no condition is permanent. Some companies, some businesses will disappear for life, you know. So let me my G is here. Let me talk to her. She here. Let him keep talking nonsense. When they hit your pocket, your head go reset by force. Hopefully, hopefully it's not. Hopefully his head reset if they hit his pocket. That's actually a good thing. Maybe he doesn't need this amount of power that he has right now. Maybe he doesn't need that kind of power. But companies and people and great people disappear all the time. Where is the whole Abiola fortune? Abiola dynasty. I'm talking about MKO Abiola. Just a wrong move can completely derail the whole thing. There's no end. There is end to our experiences. Everything gets old. But in terms of somebody's a billionaire, they can't disappear overnight. Forget that thing. You can lose everything overnight just by making one stupid move. Remember the story we covered a few weeks ago here? The gentleman that has been accused of touching his wife's niece. What's his name? He has allegations against him. What's his name? Dr. Femi. You get that kind of news. You get that kind of news, destroy everything. That's the reality. The reality is not your stupid ideologies, white lives matter or not. The point is that Black Lives Matter or white lives matter, it's all implied. It's hyperbole, right? Who knows what who means, right? But we're talking about real life situation. He's lost his family. His children are going to be raised in terrible situation right now. Right? Let's not be stupid. Let's learn how to face reality and assess things from that standpoint. The reality is that he's going to lose everything. No one is going to feel safe doing business with Kanye anymore. That's my prediction. It's going to go downhill from here. And it's sad to watch it happening like this. You think Jay-Z want that kind of mess? Did Demon, what's his name? Demon. What's the other one? Demon. Jay-Z's former partner. What's his name? I forgot his name. That short dude. What's his name? Somebody help me in the chat. Hey, Just Jay. What's the name of Jay-Z's former partner? Did he do this bad before Jay-Z discarded him? He's still out there talking and bitching about the fact that Jay-Z decided to move on. Some people just don't like that kind of drama around them. Guess what? most companies, they don't want dash. Thank you. They don't want that kind of drama around them while trying to do business. Guess what? You get to be right when they get to discard your ass and go on and continue to build their family, their business, and anything like that. Guess what?
You're right.
You get to be right. You can take that to the bank if they accept being right at the bank. You know? But anyway, I got a couple of clips that we should go through. That was the main topic of the day. That's the main topic. Speaking of clowns, right? So I wasn't actually talking about Kanye West. I was talking about this video right here. I think let's cover this video real quick. This video right here. There you go.
That shit is so unnecessary. I don't know why women do it. Sleep with your hair looking beautiful and gorgeous.
Let's go back.
Here are 5 ways to make sure your man never cheats on you. First of all, stop wearing bonnets, okay? That shit is so unnecessary. I don't know why women do it. Sleep with your hair looking beautiful and gorgeous. Secondly, don't deny...
Wait. Let me go back. Okay, all right. So what is she trying to teach us? She's trying to teach us how not to lose, how to make sure your man don't cheat on you, right? Ladies, I want to know your thoughts on this. Let's go.
Here are 5 ways to make sure your man never cheats
5 ways to make sure your man never cheats on you.
First of all, stop wearing bonnets, okay? That shit is so unnecessary. I don't know why women do it. Sleep with your hair looking beautiful.
Let me just say this. First of all, I don't care. If you're in my house and you're my wife and you're wearing bonnets, I'm sure you have your reasons. That don't mean I'm not... Listen, it doesn't affect me nowhere. Okay? It doesn't affect... If you're my wife, it doesn't matter if you're wearing bonnets, okay? Usually people speaking to this are people that don't have wives at home or people that have an agenda to make money with stupid rhetorics. You know, I'm just being honest with you. But let's see where she's going.
Beautiful and gorgeous. Secondly, don't deny him the cookie, okay? Even if you're tired and it's been a long day at work and you're taking care of the kids, you need to give up the cookie.
So if you give up the cookie to me and you're tired, I'm probably not going to like it. That's me. Maybe some people don't mind. Maybe some people don't mind that you slept off and they're doing it. God forbid, right? For me, I want you involved. I enjoy it more when you're involved. I enjoy it more when you enjoy it, okay? I enjoy it more when I feel like I'm taking care of you. That's me. Maybe I'm a little bit different. Maybe, in fact, I've become a simp by making sure you're okay as my wife when I'm doing it, right? But so I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. Where did she get this rhetoric from? Ladies, is this how you feel? But let's keep going. She says, hey, even if you're tired, I can tell. I don't want it. Keep it to your damn self. Okay? Go and wake yourself up and then come back to me. Let's keep going.
At all times, even if you're tired. Thirdly, you're going to have to stop drinking, okay? Men don't like women who drink, and women who drink get cheated on the most.
I don't mind sipping wine with my wife at home when she drinks. You know, I don't mind. As long as it's not some falling over yourself at some party and we're dragging you out of the club, of course. Nothing crazy like that, right? But sipping wine with my wife, is that not part of drinking in my house, right? Or we went out together, we took a little bit of drink, and I'm the one driving. We make sure we're safe. I'm confused. Where's the correlation here? Maybe I'm just a weirdo. Let's keep going. But anyway, gentlemen, if you're in the chat, please say something to this.
To be honest. So stop drinking. No more mimosas. No more Sunday nights out with the girls. Just none of it. Number 4.
Oh, wait. Oh.
When you get paid, give him the paycheck. Let a man be a man, okay? Let him.
So when you get paid, if you go to work and you work 40 hours a week, you work a full-time job, and you come back to me and say, my husband, here's my check. Take all the check. First of all, I'm like, is everything okay? Why? Okay, babe. Are you saying that we should build some kind of you want to put some savings together for college funds for the kids or something? What do you? Let's talk about all our money. That's more so like the conversation, right? Maybe it's just me, right? But the idea, just come and submit your paycheck to me, I will be scared. I'll be like, okay, is everything okay? What is going on with you? Because a normal person will simply not. There's a reason. There's got to be some kind of motive behind it. I want to know what the motive is. That's my point. Okay? But again, you know, there's this. I've seen some pygmies on the internet and they have, I don't know. maybe there's another word entirely, okay, that I'm just not privy to. I'm just, again, I'm talking carefully here, but this is weird to me that my woman would just come and submit her check to me, and it's not a situation where we're managing our household money together, right? Maybe that's what she meant. Maybe that's actually what she meant. Let me cut her some slacks. Let's keep going.
Lead. You can't be the alpha female. And lastly, stop asking him.
Okay, so the alpha female thing, okay? My wife she's a very strong, opinionated person. The wife I've been married to for 15 years. And guess what? I like it, okay? It's a turn on for me, okay? Now, I'm very, like, listen, she was just telling me yesterday, because I was asking her, do you think I used to be like this? She was like, why do you think I used to call you head of state? And I'm like, what do you mean? She's saying I used to be very assertive and I had no room for errors or anything like that. Like, I didn't have room to give grace. That's what she was saying. And so I'm not a softie either. I don't get food, right? But she's opinionated. And I like the fact that she has her own mind and she can speak her own mind. And would that be alpha female by any chance? And she's a boss in her own right, right? So is that alpha female? Like, is that... The thing is that in all these 15 years, there's no point where I sat down with my wife and we had this discussion like, are you an alpha male or alpha female? Which one are you going to be? So that we can make sure it's never happened. So, I don't know. Is there something I'm missing here? Because she just talked about don't be an alpha female. What is that exactly? Does that mean she's assertive? She can speak her mind? Does that mean what's the opposite of that? As opposed to what? Being don't say nothing, don't have an opinion. I would need some kind of I need someone to elaborate for me.
Where he is, okay? Men don't like being asked where they are. Give him some space, give him time to just do what he needs to do, okay?
So to a large extent, this can be true, but usually when there's damages in the relationship, maybe your wife says something like, she's where you at over every time you're feeling smothered, right? Of course, that's terrible, right? But it's usually a sign that the marriage is in a bad place too, right? But just any random day, we are happy. We took a quick peck when I was leaving the house, and then I'm like out there. 4 hours later, she was like, "Hey babe, where you at?" And then I take an offense. Nah, don't check on me. Is that what she's talking about, or is that a stretch? Maybe I'm stretching, right? But again, these people are coming up with all kind of theories, and more than 75% of people with these opinions are not married. But I yield.
No one wants to be asked, where are you 5,000 times, okay? He said he's coming, so he's coming. Oh.
Okay, I think I'm missing something. Let me see what you ladies and gentlemen are talking about in the chat. Let me see. I may be missing something here. Let's see. I think I'm missing. What y'all talking about? Let's see. Chinye says sarcasm at its best. Oh, she's a clown. She's the clown. I personally think people are crazy. Of course, Just J. Of course. Only you and I in this YouTube street. We're not, we got this. No, you enjoy reciprocation. Yes, yo. Yes, my sister. I love reciprocation. I need engagement. I honestly think she was being sarcastic. You think? I don't relate to most of this crap out here. That's why she did a clown makeup. Listen, I know I just kind of acted, I did know that, right? Before I started this, but when I first saw it, it took me a second to get it. I'm like, what is she doing? I'm looking at the makeup like, oh shit, she's a clown. She is falling as hell, right? Dealer said, oh hell no, she has totally lost me with the paycheck. So Allah, she's using reverse psychology, calling some men who think this way. I want Mongo Park, Abi. Normal people have boundaries. Yes. People talk like this, unfortunately. They do. Just Jay, you and I know they do. They do. But thank God we've moved the conversation forward into some real life shit. Jesus Christ. At one point, I was starting to feel like, wait, I need to get out of this fucking. This is getting annoying, right? No healthy person wants a pushover. Thank you. That's what I was trying to say. I know you guys have better words for me. Thank you. I believe so, but you guys compliment each other. Yes, exactly. That's the word. Complimenting each other, right? I don't care what people are saying out here. I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid. Be agreeable, like Kevin Samuels will say. Basically, be a freaking doormat. I don't like that kind of. I like confidence. I think confidence is sexy, personally. And I would argue that most men are attracted to confident women. And sometimes what that looks like is a party mouth, a little bit of a party mouth, not outrightly disrespectful for no reason, right? A little bit of a party mouth, sassy, things that a bunch of lames are on the internet calling masculine right now. You know? So what now when they enjoy it, when they enjoy the girl doing it to other people, when they end up in the relationship and they don't know how to act, they now end up on the receiving end, and now they want to blame the rest of the world. Ladies, y'all do that too. What you are attracted to, when you end up on the receiving end of it, it's not always good. And you want to be aware of that. Okay? You want to be aware of what are you attracted to? Are you attracted to toxic? Maybe you're not on the receiving end of that toxic behavior in the beginning when everything was lovey-dovey and, you know, in the what do you call it? Honeymoon mode, right? When you end up in a relation, when she finish enter, you'll be on the receiving end of that party mouth. If he's disrespectful, if he tends to talk to his employee a certain type of way, don't be surprised. 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the line, if you're on the receiving end of it, you want to make sure you pay attention to that. Okay? KS was on the BS too. KS was taking he was. Let's not cap. Hola. Do it.
Stop the cap.
It was, okay? I have heard him say a lot of things that make sense, so I'm a little respectful to KS, but definitely it was, and it wasn't just when it was taken out of context. It was definitely on the BS, but RIP to KS. She's a clown. She probably don't do half of the stuff she's talking about. She doesn't, you know. We figured that out already. You know. But yeah, you know, there's another video here. That was a fun one. To go through. There's some lessons there, right? The way she did it in reverse, right? It made you see how stupid it is when people start to say stuff that's just theoretical and it's not reality. The reality is that if you're going to be married for a long time, you're going to be married to your friend. Okay? That's somebody that sometimes you don't feel like fucking. It is what it is, right? Maybe 1 or 2 days you're able to give her that grace. I'm tired. It's time for grace, right? I'm tired every day. There's probably a good chance there's something else deeper going on. There's something wrong behind the scenes with your marriage. And instead of addressing the fact that she's tired, you need to find out what that is and address it. You need to do a root cause analysis and address it. And I bet you she will get wet. She will want to fuck again. That's how real life works. There's no such thing as, oh, she's just manipulating. She's just weaponizing. Nah, that's not how that works. She just doesn't want to fuck. Very simple. Why does she not want to do it? Why would she want to punish herself? Is the question you should be asking. Not just weaponizing something she wants. How can she weaponize something she wants? That doesn't make any sense, right? If she wanted it, she wouldn't be weaponizing with it. Oh, she just wants to be so wicked. It still tells you that something is terribly wrong underneath, behind the scenes. And that's what you should be focused on finding out and fix that. And then the symptom will fix itself when you take care of the disease itself. Okay? But anyway, you know, let's go to, I found this guy. I don't know his name yet. Maybe we can look, maybe I'll look closer. I can see his name on the screen right now. And I thought he said something profound. And then we'll end up with 50 cents. We'll end today with 50 cents and his son. Okay? Let's see here.
Yourself too much. You think because you have a prayer life, your flesh won't put you in a chokehold. You stupid.
I like that part. He said, you stupid. Let me see. What's this? Okay, I see the name on. Let me see. On Upset the Gram. That's the name of a podcast, I guess. Upset the Gram, right? Let's listen to that again. What do I say here all the time about this idea that you're intentional? I'm just intentional. Stop the cap. Don't put yourself on that pedestal. You're not that intentional.
Stop the cap.
You're not that intentional. Okay, but let's see how he says it. See, I like it when I always say something and somebody has a different way of saying it, right? It's really, really like, maybe it's a confirmation bias. But let me know if it makes sense to you, right? There's nothing wrong with being intentional, don't get me wrong. But I always say, put all your intentional energy in emotional intelligence. Everything else can fall on his face because you're just a human being like the rest of us, okay? Like the rest of us. But let's see what he has to say, right? Let's go back to it.
Y'all trust yourself too much.
He said, y'all trust yourself too much. See, the one thing that people do the most is worry about everything else but self, right? My wife and I have this rule, right? We have God, purpose, and self, right? There's no your wife. There's no you should love each other. There's no. Fuck all that. Self. If you want to have a good marriage, good relationships in general, it stops at self. The rest of it is attraction. You attract who you are. The rest of it is you're being controlling. It's not going to work because that person has agency of their own life. And they get to choose if they want to fuck with you or not. Guess what? They actually don't get to choose if you understand how influence works, right? But let's keep going.
You think because you have a prayer life, your flesh won't put you in a chokehold. You stupid.
It said because you think you have a prayer life, your flesh won't put you in a chokehold. There's no way I could have thought about those lines ever. It said, you stupid.
You stupid. You playing. You dumb. You dumb. You good dumb. You lead a prayer group and you don't think you're gonna get horny. You dumb.
You lead the prayer group. You're the head. You're the choir master, and you don't think you're gonna get horny. You dumb. For real.
That's a special kind of dumb. You got to kill your flesh every day, man. My most vulnerable times is after I preach. That's when I got to go into lockdown.
If you preach so good, right, or you say something so good, or you're on a stage, or you play music, right, you're on a stage, you're on some kind of pedestal. People look up to you. People respect you, maybe because of your heart and stuff like that. Don't you have to be extra careful because you're attracting all of this different attraction? Yes, including people that want to sleep with you now. It's not they decide they want to sleep, it's just natural. They're attracted to you, right? It just makes sense, right? He said that's when he has to go on lockdown. Let's keep hearing.
Heaven just opened up. Word of knowledge done flew out of my mouth, and I'm speaking prophetically, and God's using me to preach this message. When I get done, Satan's like, "Want to have some fun?" I'm like,
"Want to have some fun?" Right? For those of you who knows the scripture, you know how Jesus got tested, right? He takes you to the top of the mountain. He shows you. You see all those people coming to you, right? I just want to be intentional. Y'all should be intentional. Intentions in the mud. Intentions all up in the mud. You're not that intentional. You're a human being. You only care about how you feel, like the rest of us. You are just as narcissistic. You have an inflated sense of self. Okay, all right, let me slow down. It's not that crazy. There are actual narcissistic disorder diagnosed people. But what I'm saying is that the traits, the idea that you're selfish in a lot of ways. You only care about how you feel, including when you claim you're doing it for God. It's just because it makes you feel safe. You're not that righteous. It's dirty. Your righteousness is just dirty rag in the eyes of God. And that's also in the scriptures.
Man, nah. Let me go straight to my room. You know what I mean? And not turn on the TV. And put praise and worship music on my phone. Because if I put praise and worship music on, I won't turn it off to watch porn. It's a life hack, man. I'm trying to put you up on...
Life hack. Why do people talk about life hack? Right? If it was as straightforward as being intentional, let's just do the right thing. Let's just love each other. Everybody will be doing this thing right. You think you're the only one that wants a good life and wants to do the right thing. You really do think that, don't you? You really think that?
Stop the cap.
Stop it.
On game. I'm trying to practical stuff. I'm not just gonna tell you, man, just go home and just pray, man. You know, like that's why I elaborated on the crucifixion. What does crucifixion look like? Crucifixion looks like you better put yourself in a jail cell. Know thyself.
Siriani, that's the whole point of fasting and praying. Sometimes you need to put yourself in situations where, you know, you brush yourself up, self-control, right? Why? Because you know the flesh is powerful, right? Your comfort zone is powerful, right? It's the reality for all of us. We indulge in bullshit when it feels right or when nobody's looking, right? It could be as simple as that soda that you are drinking with your big ass belly. It could be as simple as the food that you eat late night that you know you're not supposed to be eating. You're not as intentional as you claim to be sometimes. Slow down. Be intentional with your emotional intelligence. Position yourself. Don't buy soda. Only drink soda when you go to parties. That's your cheat moment, right? Don't buy stuff you know you don't want to eat. Don't sit around the kitchen late night. Sometimes my wife will say, I'm going upstairs. Once it's like 9 o'clock, she's like, I'm going upstairs. I'm going to bed. I'm like, you're going there? Yeah, because I'm going to eat. I'm going to eat if I'm around food. Right? Oh no, she have self-control. Like, nah, stop the cap. Stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
This is applicable in everything we're talking about, everything we do in life. Okay? So I'm gonna find more of this guy's content, and you know, I really thought this was profound. This part right here.
Y'all trust yourself too much. You think because you have a prayer life, your flesh won't put you in a chokehold. You stupid.
I think Rachel's beautiful because she's got good brains.
I am the one, the way your son don't need a gun to get.
Let me see what y'all are talking about here. Somebody said 50 Cent is another weary. Abi. Voila. Let's see. Let me what y'all are talking about here. Let me see what you guys are talking about. Let's see. All right. Okay. Well, we know I'm very masculine. Just Jay.
Stop the cap.
Stop the cap. All right. So yeah, it was cool how she did. That's exactly how ridiculous they look. Yes. It looks stupid, right? Yeah. These people are self-absorbed, entitled and delusional. They need to heal and get over themselves. 50 Cent, I know that way. Yeah, we have to talk about 50 Cent in a second here. Everyone else but self. Bars. Yep. Everyone else fought but self, right? Yeah, a lot of people carry the traits these days. We all have the traits to some extent, right? It's when it's unhealthy sense of significance, right? Or importance. To the point where you self-sabotage and destroy your relationships. And you have to be diagnosed, right? That's when we call it the NPD, narcissistic personality disorder. But we all are selfish. We just need to feel good. It's just a reality, right? That's why the only source of unconditional love is God. That means, to me, that means duty, responsibility, and you can't really have that until you've been tested. You're going to be in that position where you think just being in love is enough, but you're going to be tested. You will fall on your face, and now you'll be able to say, you know, I need something higher than me, because you're just not capable. You're a human being, right? You're not capable. You don't know what you don't know. You can't, it is what it is, right? But sometimes you can't listen to me until you fall on your face going through that in-love experience stuff. Somebody you really, really fell in love with is going to hurt you. And then you're going to question everything that you've ever believed in. That's Nollywood bullshit love stuff, right? And then you realize that, oh, I love this person. I want to put some work into it. I want to make sure I maintain. I want to nurture it. I want to water the grass. The grass is not greener on the other side, unless it's fake or somebody else is watering it, right? I'm going to water this grass. When you get into that zone, it's usually not you don't fall out of heaven like you were born into this world. I know that. Sometimes you have to get hurt to understand that. It's just the way things go. So you could go through the premarital counseling, all that kind of stuff. That's nice. It will prepare you a little bit. But if you haven't had the feeling of a person you love really hurt your feelings, you can't comprehend what we're talking about. I'm sorry. What's the name of this dude? It's called Upset the Gram on Instagram. That may be the name of the podcast. It's a podcast, but that I've come across a few of his clips, and I'm like, this is just profound. Oh my God. Flesh no be your mate. That's a fact. I get so sick of hearing intentional. Thank you, Just Jay. See, when you start coming through Men of Prestige, you start hearing some of these buzzwords, and you start, what you talk about, Willie? You start looking at them sideways like, shut your trap up with that buzzword that you throw all over the place, but you're not able to handle simple relationship in real time. But you know all the buzzwords, right? You know all the buzzwords.
Stop the cap.
Real time. Learn how to handle a relationship in real time. Somebody is talking over you. Shut your trap up and see what they have to say. See if you can handle that without getting caught up in your emotions. And then we can talk. Okay? Yes, it takes going through the fire. Precisely. So let's, another one. This one is a product of a bad situation. I feel for him, but not really. It's a grown man now. Okay? It's a grown man, so he's just going to have to deal with life. My children will have to deal with life. I try my best to prepare them for a very, very dangerous world, but they will have to be responsible for how they move in life. Regardless of where I fall short, maybe what I did is not enough, maybe it was overdue, whatever, But yes, let's get to this.
100 a month.
Okay. And I can't buy socks?
Before I get into this, right, ladies and gentlemen, do you think $6,700 in child support is good enough to raise a baby? Before I get into these very short clips, and we're going to round up with this one, okay? Do you think $6,700 is enough to raise a baby? Child support. In New York City, the greatest city in the world. I know it's expensive in New York City, but the truth is that there's a lot of subsidies, and it's not everyone that's paying $3,000 rent in New York City. That part right there is...
Stop the cap.
But generally speaking, we all know that New York City is expensive, okay? We know that. Do you think $6,700 is enough to give your ex to raise your baby? This one is a trick question, okay? I'm going to warn you right now. It's a trick question, but I want to know your opinions on this. Let him talk, and then I want to know your opinions on this. Now, this is 50 Cent's first son. How old is he? Let me find out how old he is, right? So we can put things in context. Because again, if I'm talking about a grown man, I don't care if I'm 50 years older than him. He's a grown man. I'll give him that respect, right? So in all ramifications, that means he will be held accountable as a man. But he will also get, accolades. It will get credit when he does well, right? So let me see if I can find this. He was born. Let me see. He was born in 1990. How old is a person born in 1990? Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Is that him, Marcus Hastings? No, that's not him. He wasn't born in 1990. Let me find him. 50. So that wasn't him. That's some kind of football player or something like that. Oh, okay. Oh, he was born in 1997. Even better. Okay. It looks like he was born in 1987. Okay, so how old is that? 22 years old. All right. It was born in 1997. This kid is a grown-ass man. You're 22. you only got 3 years to prepare for marriage. Why do I say that? Because you could have impregnated a person 4 years ago, 5, 6, 7 years ago. You have more than enough time to prepare for marriage. No, I'm not talking about that 35 years old bullshit. If you wait until 35 before you get married because you think you're a man, you're never going to be ready. You're just not capable. Okay? You didn't wait till 35 because you wanted to wait. No. No. It wasn't intentional. It was circumstances. I would take circumstances. I would not take intentional. If you say intentional, right? This is what I'll
Stop the cap.
All right? Stop the cap. There's no good girl laying around you and you see yourself with her for life and you just chose like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to wait until I'm 65. That's not how that works. All right? That's cap, big time. All right? But at 22, you're a grown man. If my son is 22, he will be treated like a grown man. If he makes a mistake, he will be treated like family member. He made a mistake, he has to pay. He has to be held accountable for his mistake like a grown man. I will have a I'm not pulling belt out for a 22-year-old man, right? I'm not having a 22-year-old man living in my guest room talking about, I'm just going to be, no, we're going to talk about your plan. What are your plans? Listen, I'm here as like any other family member. I'm here to support you. But we're going to talk about your plans. Your 3-month plan, your 1-year plan, your 5 years plan. And where do you see yourself in 10 years, 32? Because that 10 years is going to fly by like so fast. Right? But of course, we have a 22-year-old here who is claiming that $6,700 in child support for his mother was not good enough. Again, this is still a trick question. Is $6,700 good enough to raise a baby in New York City? This is still it's a trick question, I promise you. Okay, I'm going somewhere. Let's play this video.
It's $6,700 a month.
Okay. And I can't buy socks?
Listen to what I'm saying to you.
Right.
$6,700 a month, right? $6,700 a month in the state of New York City. You do the math.
Oh, I done the math. I've been in child support, bro. I went to jail for it. So I said, so
okay, cool. $6,700 a month, right?
$6,700 a month, right?
You're talking about a Forbes lister. Hold on, wait, listen. You're talking about somebody that has problems with everybody. You can't just live in any nation.
All right. He's making a point. Let me spell out what he's saying. He's trying to make a point that $6,700 in what is it, a month? It's not enough. Wasn't enough to raise him. Now, let's talk about this. $6,700 wasn't enough to raise him. Why is it the one talking about this? All right, so there's another factor here. 50 Cent is a multimillionaire, right? He can afford definitely much more than $6,700 a month. But if you know anything about 50 Cent, he's not giving away free money. Wait, free money? That's his son. Why is that free money? Good question. Let's keep going. Let's keep playing. But he just said something, right? And he made a point. It's a point. It's valid. Let's consider it, right? He said, remember, he's the son of a person that has problems with everybody. Okay? The bottom line is trying to justify his point that $6,700 is not enough, right? And this other gentleman is trying to tell him, like, dude, $6,700 a month. Let's keep going.
$6,700 a month, right?
$6,700 a month, right?
You're talking about a Forbes lister. Hold on, wait, listen.
You're talking about a Forbes lister. It's okay, a frame of reference. Remember, I'm always talking about frame of reference. I want to know with respect to what? To what mindset? What kind of mindset is he speaking from? Because everything is relative. Literally, everything in life is relative. Where are you coming from? What is the perspective of the person that's talking? How were they raised? What is their background? What's their religion? What's their culture? What happened to them? I guarantee you they didn't just fall out of the sky. Something happened, something somewhere. There's a story behind the rhetorics. And it's personal. Fuck all that macro level bullshit. No, it's always personal. Fuck that. Okay? It's always personal. Okay? So somebody said, who hurt you? It's always a valid question. It's the way you're sounding. That's why they're asking you that question. Okay? Let's keep going.
You talking about somebody that has problems with everybody. You can't just live in any neighborhood.
You can't just live in any neighborhood. That's a person that has problem with everybody. So wait, are we talking about security, money for security here, or we're talking about child support? Those are two different things, right? Maybe it's a stretch. Maybe he has a point. But I want to know your opinion. Does he have a point by saying, hey, I'm 50 Cent's son. I needed to be protected. I can't just live in any kind of neighborhood, right? $6,700 child support. Is that enough? Or it's just not enough?
$81K is not a substantial lot of money.
Hold on.
You can't just live anywhere.
And if he's contributing $6,700, that means your mom's got the other half. It ain't just for him to just take care of you. She got to take care of you. $700. Where's her $6,700?
It's $6,700.
Go with it.
It's $6,700 a month.
Why is he blinking his eyes and like doing like that in the camera? Why is he doing that? I don't understand. Why is he doing that? Is that okay? All right. First of all, he looks way too much like 50 Cent. This guy, it looks like it's like he spitted him out of his guts. Anyway, let's keep going.
Now y'all got 1,200, 1,300.
So this guy that's arguing with him is saying that the mother should be taking care of the other half. Does he have a point? Or the father should be taking care of the son, period, right? Because if he's living with her, she's definitely taking care of him, right? We know that. I said that's the mother, you know. But now we're making it monetary. But anyway, he's making the money. They're both making it about monetary values, right? But let's keep going.
$13,000 a month.
Oh my! See, hold on. Yo, choke. This is where you get it. This is where it goes down a bad path, brother. This is what I'm trying to tell you, bro. Yo, bro, $6,700. If I told you right now, right, you got to start your life over right now with $6,700 a month and rebuild your life.
Yes.
Can you do it?
With $6,700, I can.
You
with
have nothing.
$6,700, yes, I can.
He's asking him, can you build your life from $6,700 a month? Right? Can you build a whole life off of $6,700? Now, this guy, in one respect, he's still a baby. He's 22, but he's a grown-ass man according to society, right? And I would, like I told you, even my son, I would treat him like a grown-ass man if he's at 22. My son would, anyway, let me not run my mouth too much, but that's what I would do, okay? Because that's what's in his best interest. I'm not going to treat him like a 6-year-old boy. He's 22, right? So this guy has some circumstances, special circumstances, and I want to talk about that, right? He's still trying to make this terrible case. Now, the other one, I'm not sure if he's making too much case, but he's right. Any one human being can live off of $6,700. Honestly, in any city, it's difficult in some cities than the other cities. I get that, but $6,700 is a lot of money. Let's keep going.
I'm from either budget. $6,700. I'm good.
That's what I'm saying.
Nigga.
I'm comparing it to yourself.
With two
Choke,
kids.
this is what I'm saying to you. Choke, this is where you're going wrong. You gotta stop comparing it. You comparing it to yourself, bro. You comparing it.
No, but you asked him if he could live off of $6,700. So it's not comparing. You ask him a direct question, right? So it's not exactly comparing. Mijol, I see you. I'll come right to you in a second. I see you eating too. What you eating, man?
On your standard of lifestyle, bro. You cannot do that.
Go with it.
It's $6,700 a month. Can't do that. Listen, Choke. I jumped out of a burning house, brother. I had nothing.
Okay. Now y'all.
All right, so he jumped out of a burning house. That's sad. I'm sorry. Let's go back to the topic. $6,700 a month. Is that good enough?
I know what it feels like to have nothing, all right? and had to rebuild my life over with $6,700 a month.
Marquise, I know you feel like that ain't a lot of money, but it's a lot of people here watching right now. Girls that's getting $200 a month, child.
I know what it feels like to have nothing, all right? Can't do that. Listen, Choke, I jumped out of a burning house, brother.
All right. Okay. I'm done with this kid. But to be fair to him, he's the son of 50 cents, right? I'm not going to say he deserves more. The word is not deserve. But, you know, people take care of their children. It probably, he's trying to say, why can't, if he says, why can't I have a lifestyle around my father's name, right? That would be honest. That would be better. That would be much more honest, right? Than just some. I'm trying to bring you up here. 1 second. There you go. What's going on, brother?
Hey, Ola, how are you?
Feel free, man. Feel free. I know you're eating. You're good. You're good.
No problem.
Yeah. Well, you can finish up. Let me just go through some of these comments real quick.
Okay.
And then, he should mind his effing business.
That's right, Jay.
Let me go back a little bit here. Let's see here. What is the baby eating? Somebody said, "What's the baby eating?" Jesus Christ, Enfamil. Enfamil is expensive as shit. Let me 1 second.
Yeah, what is the baby eating? $600-700 a month? That ain't enough. Well, people don't understand, Ola. The thing is, Ola, what people don't understand is the child support really is for the child. It's to subsidize the mother's life to where he's contributing. All that money really is supposed to be for the child. School supplies, clothing, baby formula, field trips, whatever the child needs, that money is for. Now, it's not for the woman.
Is it
pay her bills with?
Hold on 1 second. Your thing is breaking up in and out a little bit. Yeah. People in the chat, is it me or Mindrell? Looks like it's breaking in and out a little bit. Just make sure that your audio is good, and then it's like I can hear you, but it's like it's a little choppy. Let me know in the chat if it's choppy to you as well. It could be me. Let me just make sure. All right. Now let's keep going. They'll tell us. Yeah, it's cracking. Okay. Just say it's cracking.
Okay, they're saying it's cracking. I don't know why.
Yeah, jump out and jump right back in.
Okay.
Let's see if that fixes it. Yeah. While I read through this comment. All right. So all the buzzwords and can't even have a simple damn discussion about why they're upset. Yeah. This is the main reason I don't lie. 50. He treats his son like trash and it's disgusting. It does. It does. But remember what we talked about? Remember, you slept with this man? You have to hold yourself responsible too. Now, the kid is complaining. 50 cents is not complaining. Right? And I have to look at the person that's complaining and hold them accountable. Right? The kid is complaining. So I'm not even going to talk about his mother. I got to talk about him now. Because he's the one complaining. On the internet. Right? What is the baby eating? Gold? That's a lot. As a mother, I want to hurt him for that. Right. Because you wouldn't want him out there crying like that, right? Especially if it's a son, right? You want him to be a little bit stronger and show up like a man a little bit more. Right? See, sometimes we take on the battles of our parents and we want to fight for them and want to defend them. That's always a bad move too. That's always a bad move. You don't know what your parents went through. You have no idea. You couldn't possibly have proper context. You don't know what you don't know, right? Mindrell said, yes, that's more than enough, right? That's more than enough to take care of a baby. And the argument is trying to make, where he failed is that he's trying to make an argument that it's not enough. And that's where he failed with the argument. If he said, listen, I'm 50 Cent's son. I don't care what's going on with him and my mother. But $6,700 for 50 cents? Come on. If he says something like that, that would be a little bit more honest than saying, I jumped out of a building. That has nothing to do with nothing. I'm sorry. Let's get back to the topic. Is $6,700 enough to take care of a baby per month? Now I'll tell you why there's more lessons to this in a second, right? He's grown now. He's 22. That's a grown man. He's probably not in college. If he's in college, good for him. He's doing it for himself, not 50 cents. Money or not, 50 is trashy for treating his son the way he does. I'm sorry. If someone is not complaining, I don't hold them accountable. If you're complaining, I hold you accountable for your own good. Because the same energy you apply to complaining, you can use to create better experience for yourself. You do have that power. Okay? 50 cents, you're not... In fact, let me play you a sound effect.
Well, you're right.
You're right. He's trashy. 50 Cent has been chasing this girl who is broke around town, talking about she owes me $50,000. That one says, I ain't got it. He won a lawsuit of $50,000. He's petty like that. That's part of his brand. Does that excuse him? No, you're right. He doesn't. But he's not the one complaining right now. Right? Queen J says he's 25 years old. Maybe I got the wrong one. What, 25, 22, 25, 60, potato. That's a grown man. Right? All right, good. Let's hope it's better.
How's it? Better?
I think it's better. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's better. Yeah. Yeah, I saw your comment. Let me go back to your comment. You said, yes, that's more than enough. I just saw that. Right. So it's enough. It's enough for sure, right? I think it's what's the word that people throw around on the internet? Disingenuous? Disingenuous, right? It's disingenuous, right? To just come and cap and say 6,700 is not enough. Just say, hey, I'm 50 Cent's son. You don't think I deserve not deserve. You don't think that it should reflect on my lifestyle? I mean, like, come on. I don't know what happened between him and my mother, but you don't think it should reflect on my lifestyle? Even if it's just security? Like, listen, 6,700 is more than enough, but I'm just saying though, I'm 50 Cent's son. That will come off a little bit more honest than, oh, I jumped off a building. Like, dude, what does that have to do with anything? Confused. He's a grown man. Let's see. So what do you think Just Jay is saying? 50 Cent treats him like a nigga in the streets. She's saying it's trash for that. What do you say about that?
For what? Only giving $6,700 a month?
For treating his son like trash. He's trash for that.
How's he treat him like trash?
This is what she said. She said, money or not, 50 is trashy for treating his son the way he does. That's the part.
Well, I don't know how 50 treats his son.
Well, he doesn't give it. He curses him out publicly. Like, he curses him out the same way he curses everybody out on his Instagram page. That's exactly how he treats his son.
Oh, well, he's not being trash. That's just how he is. If he treats everyone the same, I mean,
he's got opportunity, right?
Right. If he treats everybody the same, I mean,
he's been shitting on that young man before he was an adult. He was. That's a fact. But he's an adult now.
What was the young man doing?
He was cursing his father out along with his
mom. Oh, well, there you go. I mean, what do you mean he was treating like shit?
Before he was an adult, by the way.
Right. Well, there you go. He was cursing his father out and carrying on. I mean,
before he was an adult, right?
What do you expect then? I mean, he's right to treat his son like that. You want to run your mouth? You want to be disrespectful? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
You need me a lot more than I need you.
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough, you know. I wouldn't treat my son like that, but I also wouldn't. That the way 50 Cent conduct himself in this street is not the way I conduct myself either. You know, so we're definitely different. Is he wrong? You're right if you think it's wrong. Is he right? You're right if you think it's right. But he did the right thing per the system is concerned. They levied him $6,700 for child support, and he paid. This is the kind of person 50 Cent is. Oh, I owe you $6,700. That's all you're ever gonna get from me in your life. Fuck you. That's him. That's his personality.
Well, I mean, it's not the way I would do things, but I understand it. $6,700 is more than enough money to raise a child, to help a woman raise a child. What women do a lot of times with child support money is they use it for other things like paying their own bills and subsidizing their own lifestyle when it's not meant for that at all. See, I'm a firm believer that whatever money you don't of child support money you don't spend on the child,
right,
you should put it away for that child, like for a college fund or savings or something like that. That way, when the kid gets out of the house, they'll have something to start with.
Right.
But women don't do that. God forbid they think about investing, starting up a Roth IRA in their child's name. You know what I'm saying?
It's usually the lifestyle of this type of people is usually reflective of the very fact that they ended up in child support court. Now, there are some people that are decent people that end up in child support court. It just gets nasty like that, right?
Yeah.
But I'm saying they're often not the 50 cent. A lot of guys who pay child support, they still take care of their children and spend money when they come over for the weekend. In fact, they feel guilty and they overcompensate on those weekends. I was just talking to one of them just a few days ago who he doesn't pay. Okay, to be fair, this one doesn't pay child support, but he feels guilty. He feels like he needs to overcompensate. He spoils the kids with phones and all this kind of flashy stuff that they typically wouldn't have if they were living in the same household, right?
Guilt does that.
Guilt will make you do that, right? Exactly. But that's not 50, man. 50 is like, you want $6,700? That's all you ever don't like. He's done with this kid. It doesn't look like they will ever have a relationship ever in this lifetime.
Well, I'll tell you what. He gave the money to help raise the kid, right?
That's because of the legal part of it.
I got it. I got it. But my thing is this: he's done his job. Your parents' job is to help root you and prepare you for the world. I don't know what else Filthy has done for the child apart from money, because it takes more than money to raise a child.
Yeah,
a lot more. So a lot more than just money to raise a child.
You're getting it. That's why I said that question was a trick question.
Right. I don't know what else he's done to help rear that child in the right direction, or help prepare the kid for life. But $6,700 and that's all you ever get from me, especially if you've been on tour, you've been living your life doing whatever you want to do, and you see the kid once in a while.
Right.
That's not enough.
No, he doesn't say. He has zero relationship with this kid. It's basically his seed. That's about it. And yeah, that's about it. And I think he was getting popular around about that time when they had the baby, and the girl probably got greedy, went to the court system, and said, "Oh, that's what you want to do? All right, good. That's all you're gonna get." And before you knew it, 19 years is over. So now this kid is on Instagram complaining about $1,600 that's no longer coming in. This is one of the lessons, Mandro. People forget that 18 years goes away just like that.
Yeah.
They forget.
And the thing is, I don't think that whatever happened between 50 and the kid's mom should have caused 50 to, keep them out of his life.
Yeah.
Because it's not the child's fault.
I don't know, man. I have a hard time teaching people their morals. I don't know what their moral compass is.
Right.
I struggle with that. I honestly, I just do, because I wouldn't want somebody to come and tell me how I should raise my kids based off of their moral standard.
Right. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? But
it's an extreme. It's an extreme.
It is.
Right? Like not taking care of your kids, cursing him out as he was this young when he was cursing that baby out on Instagram, but continue to pay that money because 50 Cent knew that 19 years is going to be over soon, right? Because it's a total of 19. It's a total of 18, but they have to be 19. That money is over when they're 19, right? And it's just sad. The lesson there for me, right? Let me see what people are saying here first. $6,700 that you don't get taxed on is a lot. If his mom makes $3,300 a month, just half of that would be okay. I think it has nothing to do with it. I think it's basically, what's the English of ojukokoro? Somebody help me there in the chat. Any Yoruba person. Ojukokoro, I think it's covetousness, right? I think it's basically, is that the English converting the money that 50 Cent is making, right? They want a piece of that lifestyle. I mean, she wanted a piece of that lifestyle, let me say, because this kid doesn't know anything. He wasn't raised properly. And that, listen, this is a lesson for 50 Cent. I think Just Jay will like this. If you have a seed out there that's in your name, right? you have a seed on your name out there and you don't raise them, they can absolutely come back and destroy your name. They can absolutely come back and destroy your name. Don't get it twisted. Okay? They can come for you and destroy your name eventually. Don't think you're going to get away with having a seed out there with your name on the birth certificate. You just pay child support and you got away with it. Okay? Oh, but I pay child support. That's not fair. You're right. You're right. But they can come back and destroy your name. It's not about the money, in my opinion. I agree. That's why he shouldn't be on the internet and be crying about the money. He's crying about the money. But you and I agree that this boy is crying about a bigger issue. Right? But it sounds to me that 50 Cent has also created a human being like him.
Yeah.
Like himself, right? Like this kid is not going to apologize. This kid is not going to speak. He's not going to seek out, I'd love to talk to my father. He's holding serious resentments in. Right? I can't speak on the money. It's cracking and the child need light and water. Children need more than clothes and shoes in every month. So now my tricky answer to this is this. $6,700 is not enough to raise a baby. It's not. It's not. There's no money that's enough to raise a baby. There's no amount of money. Okay? In fact, recently, I saw somebody on Instagram posting this message. Okay, I think it's one of those guys from Love and Marriage on the OWNS network, Marshall. And I like some of the things he's been saying about time spending. When people talk about legacy, but they end up not, they're chasing legacy, but they don't spend any time with their family. That's not legacy. Legacy is the time that you're spending with those children and your family. The money can come and go. They could lose all the money you built right after you die for mishandling it. But they can't lose that time, the memories, the impact you leave on them. They can't lose that. Right? So in that perspective, there's no amount of money that's enough. And 50 Cent is not going to get away with this either. Because that boy is carrying his name around town with a freaking carbon copy of his face. He's not going to get away with this. See, 50 Cent is one of those people that thinks like, oh, everything is business. As long as I treat everything like business, I'm going to get away. No. Business is about people. As long as business is about people, you're not going to get away with mistreating people. You know, you just give them $6,700. I think it's a total of $4 million or whatever, right? It has nothing to do with that. Right? And this boy right now is a product of 50 Cent and his mother. Whatever that terrible relationship was, right? He's a product of that. You know? Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, definitely. This is why I watch your content. I love your insight on things, your insight and your opinion on things, especially about legacy. Like you say, there's no amount of money that's the right amount of money to raise a child. You know, you can't fix all problems by throwing money at it. Not all problems can be fixed that way. You know, and you're right. Business is about people. Because essentially in every business, in some shape, form, or fashion, you're either providing a good or a service to people.
To people.
Because you have to have a consumer, and your consumers are people. Your customers are people. So if the people are not satisfied, there goes your business.
Mm-hmm.
So you're right. It is about people. You know.
Right. Yep.
This young man, it's unfortunate that he went through what he went through, I guess. But $6,700, as far as money goes, that's enough. But
yeah,
but when you see his behavior here, you see the result of an absent father.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
By looking at his behavior. So did 50 Cent do enough? It doesn't appear it doesn't look like he did.
Yeah.
I'll say that. It doesn't look like it. His money, but financially, yeah, he did his thing.
No, he was absolutely
Congratulations.
absent, and I think he's doing it out of spite.
Yeah,
He's,
and you can't.
he's by the way, he's very open about this. He's doing it completely out of spite against the mother.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's open about that. He said that.
Yes. Yes.
Then what about the kid? He's
Fuck
18, 19. Well,
that's literally his attitude about it. He might have even said that in words. Like everyone who follows 50 Cent knows this. Like he curses him out. The son they curse each other out online. They have like little moments that they would disappear for another like 3-4 years, and then they will come at each other again. Ever since he became 18, he treated him exactly like an adult. Like, fuck that little nigga, that kind of thing, right? Very open about it. But paid that child support, paid every single dime of that child. It's nothing to him, right? $4 million total.
yeah, because isn't he a billionaire? Or it's close to it?
He's producing $1 billion. I'll tell you that much. I don't know about his net worth, but he's definitely producing more than $1 billion.
More, yeah, he's exactly. So his income's got to be at least 3/4 of that.
He
before taxes.
50 Cent is doing well. That money is not his problem.
Like you say, if he's producing $1 billion, then his income has to be at least 3/4 of that.
Yeah.
Before taxes, of course. But and if he's doing his taxes right, he ain't paying taxes. So
he's filing bankruptcy if you ask him for taxes. That's him.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
That's
so he won't
right
pay him.
Right? What? I owe taxes? I'm filing bankruptcy.
Right. I ain't got it.
I ain't got it. He lost a lawsuit, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but like I said, this is a result for the gentleman watching. This is a result of an absentee father.
Yes.
You see how this kid is, Kanye West. I'm sorry. Kanye West.
Kanye.
That's the result of an absentee father. Look at him.
Look at that. Look at that. Oh my God.
Talk about a jigaboo.
What's a jigaboo? Help me out.
It's a racial epithet. It's meant to shame, insult, demean, dehumanize an African American male.
Oh, like an Uncle Tom type of thing?
Yeah, but it's worse. Jigaboo's worse.
Yeah.
Because in the story, Uncle Tom's Cabin, Uncle Tom was actually the hero.
Okay.
Even though he was a eunuch, and that's where the insult's supposed to come from. Uncle Tom was a eunuch, so he's a black man with no proper genitalia. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow. Yeah. Those jokes be going way over my head sometimes. It's my kind of. I was raised in Africa, so.
Oh well, there you go. I mean, I understand why you're confused. You know what I'm saying?
You get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I ask regardless.
Yeah, and you should. You're doing the right thing by asking questions.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know, ask.
Yeah.
And if you ask someone, I think they should answer it.
Yeah.
Because you're looking for knowledge.
Yeah. There's this show. I don't know. You probably don't watch it, but I watch it with my wife. It's called Love and Marriage on OWN network, Oprah Winfrey's network, right?
Mm.
And it's about this couple. That's what she's talking about here. So the guy that I stole that quote from him, his name is Marcel. I saw a picture with him earlier, and he said time is. He said time is legacy. I've been seeing him saying that quite often. I'm like, that's true. Like that, a lot of people now, as black people, we tend to overdo everything, especially Nigerians. Oh my God, we overdo everything. So the moment we found out about Rockefeller and the legacy, then we go mad trying to create $1 million. I'm a boss chick. I'm all this type of stuff. And then we don't know when to stop. We don't know when it's an overkill, right? Once you start doing that and you're not spending any time with your family, you're probably going to destroy yourself more, Let me see. Yeah, I'm trying to get back to Marcel's page here so I don't misquote those people, Let's see. Hey, babe, what's up?
But yeah. Kanye is a race traitor.
Yeah. It's sad to watch because what do you think about what I said earlier about the very fact that remember 2005 when he came out and said George Bush does
not care about black people.
Right.
He's sitting in, I thought that was stupid anyway. He didn't send the military down there to kill black people.
So he was overreacting as usual.
Yes, of course he was.
Dumbass. Yeah, this guy right here. Yeah, he said generational wealth. That's what I was trying to say. He's used it with legacy sometimes too. Generational wealth equals to time. It is amazing to me that my youngest daughter looks exactly like her great grandmother, right? Time, generational wealth, right? So there's a lot of people chasing after generational wealth, right? And they forget to spend time. I was that guy. I'll be very honest. I'll try to be open here. I was that guy, you know. But I've always worked from home. You know, before there was remote, right?
Yeah.
And but then I'll be sitting downstairs right here. And I'll be obsessed with the work I'm doing. I didn't know when to cut off the lights, cut off the computer, and go upstairs and spend time. It almost cost me my whole life, man. You know, even from a medical standpoint, let me give you this. Even from a medical standpoint, I was sitting for 16 hours a day. Nobody forced me. I was just working. I was obsessed with work, right? I just work. There's always something. I'm a creative. I'm also an engineer. So the creative aspect of me is confused, and then I'll change this, change that, and then 16 hours a day. About 8 years into doing that on a consistent basis, I was trying to sit down one day. I couldn't sit. There's a very sharp pain coming from my lower back.
Lower back, yeah.
Yeah. And I went to go see the doctor, and it was like, I've been sitting for too long, and there's one of the discs on my lower on the spinal cord that's curved now. And I had to go see therapy for months to straighten that back up. I had to do therapy for months and do a bunch of all kind of stuff because one of the symptoms was the carpal tunnel. That's what they call it, right? So my hands will be, my fingertips, like I could feel tinglies on it. And then there was a pain coming from this area like this, this joint right here. And it's traced all the way back to that part. They had to do MRI and stuff to diagnose that. Just for sitting for too long, right? So that's the medical aspect of it. Then also when it comes to relationship with my wife, I almost lost my family. From not knowing when to say, hey, it's time to be family, to spend time together, not being disciplined, not to know those kind of stuff. Chasing money, Then money, all that money too is ups and down. It's never enough anyway.
Right. It's never enough. There's never enough money. It's crazy, isn't it? It's like being on a hamster wheel. You're running, but you're not going anywhere.
The rat race.
Right.
Yeah, it's never enough, man. So for me, I consider myself lucky that I got to a space where I learned, and I still have enough grace, right, to be able to fix that and correct that without a lot of people are not that lucky. A lot of people are just not that lucky, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's like this guy right here.
Mr. Bean. Oh, they got right there. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a rat race. You never finish. Yeah. So yeah, let me see here. Like when he filed bankruptcy and was on the internet posing with money, 50 cents is petty. So if you go get with a petty person, this may end up being your result. You will together produce terrible babies that will end up being the lowest of the society. So the accountability right now, he's the one complaining. That little boy is complaining. He doesn't get to blame his parents.
He's an adult now. And the thing is, his parents may have sent him out there in the world completely unprepared.
He's not prepared.
I don't think he is either.
Yeah.
He doesn't appear to be, because he's already $6,700 is not enough to raise a child. It's like, financially it is.
Just money wise. But that's about it.
I'm saying financially it is enough.
In fact, it may be too much. It may be too much. $6,700 that's just coming in that you never worked for, that can actually destroy you.
Mm-hmm. Make you spoiled and entitled.
Entitled and spoiled.
Yeah.
You know, well, and then the mother is probably busy talking trash about 50 throughout his childhood.
And now he already has a tainted outlook on his father.
Yes.
Then his father is being petty and staying out of the child's life just to spite the mother.
Mm-hmm.
That's a recipe for disaster.
It's a recipe for disaster for everyone involved, especially the baby.
Yeah. They can now look at him. He's 19.
22.
Oh, 22 now? There you go.
It was born 97. He's at least 22. Somebody said 25 earlier. He's a grown man.
Yeah, he's a grown man. And as a grown man, you can't expect help. You can like people to help you. You can hope people can help you, but you cannot expect it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Yeah. And my parents always taught me never depend on anyone else except myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the thing is, it's not that other people are bad. It's because they help me not come.
They may not be capable.
You're right. They may not be able to. Yeah. They may not be capable. They may not be available. They help me not come for whatever reason.
For whatever reason that you don't get to, you can try, but you can't blame whatever that reason is. You can make up your own saying, say, they're just evil. They didn't want to do this. He was irresponsible. He was a bad father. All of that. All of that. You get to say all of that.
Well, you're right.
I love that. You're right.
But it's a big ass old butt.
Right.
Your reality is your reality. You're a grown man. You're a grown man. You can't be that entitled. You can't afford to be entitled.
You cannot afford it. No. All right, listen, Ola, I gotta run because I have to go and do
we got a show
with Black Man Unfiltered. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for stopping by, man. As
no
usual.
problem. I always support your platform. Keep it up. Love the content, man.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Yep. Talk soon.
Talk soon.
Yes, sir. All right. So, yeah, it's bad. It's just gonna be bad. Yeah. YouTube be blocking me when I type Jigga Woo. Oh, they do? Yeah, they probably do. They're probably tracing you too. And everything you've been saying. They're probably silencing you. You know, they silence people on the streets. I need to get my massage license reinstated. Everyone sitting down, I can get work. Yes. That's a fact. Yeah, that's a fact. I went through that for months before I felt better, you know. For me, it's best not to look for help. For a man, every help is a blessing, especially a man. For everyone should be grateful for any type of help you get, right? But especially a man, you need to be grateful. You need to lead with gratitude always. You shouldn't be entitled. If you're entitled, it will hurt you. It will set you up for failure. Okay? Nobody owes you shit. No one. Your parents don't owe you. They could have had you and taken you to a garbage. Put you in a garbage bag and somebody else will pick you up from there. That happens, right? Have you not heard stories like that before? It happens, right? So entitlement from this little man is going to hurt him more and more. Even if it's unfair. Even if it's unfair. I'm sure he feels like it's completely unfair. I mean, look at his face when he was talking about this, right? You could tell that he feels
like they have nothing.
You could tell that a part of him, like he's not making sense, but he's trying to make it make sense. Like, it sounds stupid because it's a grown man. You know, it's not hiding up, right? I'm sure enough people will say, oh, you know, like Judge J was just saying, right? Like, you know, as a father, she treats, but there's no guarantees. There's no guarantees. That's what we should be teaching our sons. There's no guarantees. You might not get help. Put yourself in a position to help other people. That's the best position to be. If you feel like this world doesn't have enough help for people, right? then put yourself in a position to help other people. If you really want to change that story, put yourself in a position to help other people. Okay? He looks exactly like him. So 50 Cent thinking he's going to get away with this. It's not. It's not going to get away. Nobody gets away with this. Why? Because we're human beings. He's trying to treat everything like as business. It's just money. I paid my money and it's over. No, it's not. Okay? This live stream is documented here for life. So you can always come back here and watch this. And by the way, if you're listening to me, I think I'll try to see if I can resuscitate the Clips channel. We do have a Clips channel where I will link it in the channel page where you can subscribe to that as well. And I'll put the stories individually on there. No guarantees, right? Because we got to create the resources to get that done as well. For now, we will keep showing up here. I'll probably be back here at 5 p.m. tomorrow, okay? But as far as the staggering time, pardon me, work with me. In the community page, I will try to continue to announce and let you know how things are going up there, okay? Hopefully you've been enlightened and educated, and I'll see you on the next one, and peace.